welcome back to Glory Hunter episode 40, oh no, 46, I think. 46. This episode is going to be all the transfers, the big transfers, and I mean big transfers. We're going to see a bit of the pre-season and probably the tactics that I'm also going to sort of do throughout this season. As well as that, a game against Bologna, away from home. I'll show you the league, I'll show you some of the players I've brought in. You might see a few players down at the bottom here that I've brought in, but those aren't really the peak of everything that I've done. So I'll take you through the ins and outs. Well, I'll take you through the ins now, just so we can go through the outs all as one sort of thing. So we're going to start from the cheapest to the most expensive. We'll start with one of three players we've actually brought in on a contract expiry. It's Raul Jimenez. So, reason being, Immobile was leaving the club regardless. I wanted to see what I could do to sort of replace him. And Raul Jimenez, a player that I didn't think much of, but he's actually pretty good. Mentally, the aggression I wanted to see, I wanted to press him forward, and he sort of just fits it quite nicely. I mean, his first touch and his dribbling is not great, and his crossing isn't fantastic either. But he's got 20 penalty taken, which is key, because last season, I know Pinamonti did very well, but we needed some better penalty takers because we lost the penalty shootout. So I wanted to bring in someone with better penalties. So there's that. Physically, he's still not declined, 32 years of age, well, averaging 14s throughout the whole thing there. And then his mentals at the very top are unreal. 15 off the ball, 14 teamwork and 15 work rate as well. His mentals are very good. So he's someone I can bring in. He's octagon as well. He's actually a love heart. So, I mean, what's not to love about Raul Jimenez coming through, an experienced striker and someone who can hopefully help contribute to the series. Next up, a surprise one to a few actually, it might be anyway, is Lacazette. Now, he is on £125,000 a week. Is he worth that? I don't know, but I just didn't have to pay any money for him. So, I mean, in he came, 125 grand a week, sort of replacing Immobile, if anything. If it doesn't go well, it's 28 million. We can probably get 20 million for him. But he's just a nice player to bring on and rotate out with Pinamonti. Raul Jimenez will be a nice player because I'm trying to think of playing two up front as much as I can this season. I want to get a few more goals because that's something we lacked last season. A lot of the draws were like 1-1. A lot of the losses were 1-0. So this is the theory bringing him in. He's physically again the same as Raul Jimenez, sort of still there. It's declining a little bit now at 32, but he's still there. Mentally, throughout, I think he averages about 15. He's very, very good. Off the ball, 17. His flair and decisions and composure and anticipation as well is probably something that I saw. As well as his work. I like a high work rate. I love a high work rate. His aerial ability maybe not so much there, but then technically finishing and first touch as a deep line forward or that advanced forward role that I like to play. He can come in, sort of replace Raul Jimenez, mainly replacing Pinamonti. But yeah, we brought him in on a free. He's cost us nothing. He's cost us nothing. Last season, the last 2 seasons he's played very well. I think he got an injury last season, a calf strain last season, which saw him out for 4 weeks. That's why he didn't play as many games. But the last 2 years, he's managed to get double figures. He managed 16 goals, then 12 goals, but 5 assists. So, I mean, he's contributed very well in the Premier League. The Serie A, possibly you could say, a lot of sides aren't as good. So, we might see him bang in a few, Lacazette, but a good addition, I believe, as well, to help out through the depth of that striker position. Now, a fan favourite, well, one of my favourites, I do love this lad. He's very good in real life, like really good in real life, coming through at Arsenal, but also on this game, he's been very good for us. It's Bukayo Saka. He's been at the side last season on loan, and, I mean, he played very well for us. I can't complain. 1.5 million for the season, 8 assists, 2 goals, very key goals and assists as well, I've got to say. He created a lot of chances, 7.05 rating. He wasn't really doing it much in the Premier League, but then coming to the Serie A to us, put him in the role on that right wing, instead of that left wing, on the right, just so he can cut inside on his stronger foot as an inverted winger. And he's actually performed very, very well, like really well. Technically, his crossing and dribbling ability is second to none. Technique and passing is very much there. As again, I love a work rate, 15 work rate, 15 off the ball. His mentals towards the top could be a bit better, but it's all about the flair, really. The flair and getting past the player, off the ball, running, making them runs inside. And then physically, he's very fast, very quick and very agile. That's the one. That's key for some of the wingers that you want to see on this game. Daniel James is a prime example. Someone that's very fast, very agile. They're very good on this game. So, that's Bukayo Saka. You've seen a lot of him already. It's just the standard of player I've bought him. 88 grand a week, it's not much. It's not much either. And considering we were going to be paying around about 56 million for him at the end of this last season, should I say, we've actually done very well bringing him in. I'm very happy with him. So that's Saka. Now then, a familiar face, Harry Maguire. A commanding centre-back, it says here, 30 years of age, 100 grand a week, a squad player. I did want to bring in someone who I knew was pretty good in the game, I know can do a job at the back, but also just knows his role. He's a squad player. He comes in and plays when needed. And he's top quality. He's top quality. Look at them mentals, averaging around 15 in mentals is unreal. As well as 12 flair, which, I mean, making them runs from the centre-back position, who knows? But yeah, 16 heading, I think he's declined a little bit. 16, I remember that being 17. 16 heading, 15 marking, 15 tackling. He's pretty good distribution-wise. Physically could be a bit quicker, but he's just coming in to sort of replace players that are coming through, like the likes of Koulibaly and Manolas if we need be. And as well as that, we have still got Grondona. So we just needed another player, and I can't really complain. We've paid 20 million for him. I've not even paid that up front. It's over a few years. So a squad player, a good player, a very good player, non-EU player, as you can see, but a very, how would you put it? A consistent player. Look at the consistency. I know he's only played 9 and 8 games there, but look at the consistency through the years. He's been very, very good. So let's see how he can perform in the Serie A this time round. Now, the final big player that we brought in, it is Arthur. I had a bit of a tricky one to decide who to bring in. It was Arthur or as we know him on this save. I'll just quickly show you if I can spell his name. So Manchester City, for some weird reason, did a clear out. They were selling everyone. The world and their wife they were selling. I looked at and I looked at Arthur. And in hindsight, I probably should have taken because he's not. He's an EU player, so he wouldn't have that non-EU stat thing on his name. So I can sort of bring in other Brazilian players, but Arthur's coming nonetheless. He was the better out of the two, I think, for the system I wanted to play. can play in an advanced playmaker role, but I wanted a more deep line playmaker, just so I can let Fabian run forward. So, as you can see, has gone to Dortmund for 46 million. He's worth so much more than that. He is unreal on this game. He played really well last season. He's really good this season. But Arthur, we've brought in for 50 million. So we paid 25 million up front, about 20 million here or there over 3 years. So it's about 6 million, 6.6 each year. And then a part exchange with Immobile, believe it or not, who now, I'll show you, Immobile, he's now at City. I don't know how much he's on a week. He's on 100 grand a week. I mean, they're probably buzzing about that. And they want to actually loan him out immediately. He's a squad player, I believe. Is he a squad player? He'll probably be a squad player. I can't see him getting much game time at City, believe it or not. He's very... mentally, he's unreal. But they've got... Is it Moussa Dembele? They've got Moussa Dembele, so I don't see him getting much game time. I don't understand why they really took him off our hands. He's worth 13 million. We've gone and got Arthur for about 60 million. 60 million, I'd say. Which is nothing. He's nothing. He's absolutely insane mentally. Physically, he's very good. Does a good job as well. And then technically, he's finishing lax. But he can actually play. He can actually play the deeper role. Which, if I ever want to play a deeper role, he can actually play there. And He's not had the greatest of starts for us, but I know for a fact he's going to turn up, and then playing in that deep line playmaker role, he's going to do a shift. So that is the big money signing there. As you can see, 72 million spent, which is nothing considering we've brought in the likes of Arthur, Maguire, Saka, Lacazette and Raul Jimenez. Going out this way, we've seen Gulam leave, and then just a bunch of just other players that are just nothingness, and then Immobile obviously leaving in that part exchange. So that's the transfers wrapped up. We're going to have a look elsewhere. A big signing, actually, I'll show you from Inter, because Inter did some very interesting business this summer. I'll show you their transfer history just very quickly. I think what you want to pay attention to is the total outs. The total outs first. Esposito has left for Manchester City. That's the first big one. He's the backup striker. They're playing Moussa Dembele first, then Esposito, and then Immobile, who's on 100k a week. So their third striker's playing on 100k a week. Barella then left to Manchester United for 76 million. Milinkovic then left to Tottenham for 61 million. Castagne to Chelsea. Chris to Atletico Madrid. Him, De Vrij, Savic, so many other players. 341 million they managed to get. And then they've gone and signed the likes of these players here. So Ndombele, a player we know, a player who's very good. Very, very good. Wobber, Maximilian Wobber, another alright player. I mean, he does the job as I'm guessing, in fact, as a wing-back, he looks very good. I'll give you that. I thought he was a defensive midfielder then, but as a wing-back, he's very, very good. Joe Aribo, another very good player in midfield, just pretty solid. Then they've bought Parry from Francisco Parry, a player that last season banged in quite a few for Fiorentina. They've bought him for 78 million. Now, for a striker, 13 finishing and 11 dribbling isn't great. I mean, I know he's pacey, and he's probably going to contribute a lot more, but 13 off the ball, 14 composure for a 19-year-old. We know our man at Nantes, I can't remember, Huma or something, he's a different class. But Parry's gone there for 78 million, and then the weirdest signing, the weirdest signing I've seen, Bojan Ivanov. I don't know if you remember me bringing him in for Manchester United. So I signed this man for 800k from some club. He's a left back, and then I loaned him out for 2 seasons. I think, in fact, no, 1, 2, 3. I loaned him out for a season. 2 seasons? I loaned him out for 2 seasons. Yeah, sorry, I loaned him out for 2 seasons, and then he came back, and then I left. So then he went to Nice, had a very average season, like an incredibly average season, and then he went to Inter Milan for £88 million. Now, looking at his stats, physically, he's unreal physically. Like 19 acceleration, 17 pace, he's mad. 15 strength, the boy's a monster. 17 aggression, 15 anticipation, 15 decisions and 14 concentration. Like, he is very good mentally and physically, but technically, there's nothing there. He can hardly cross, he can't dribble the ball. First touch is just about there. Marking, non-existent, and tackling 14 is pretty good. But for 88 million, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. Inter Milan have very weirdly built now an average team. They're not even playing him. But they have got Lukaku and Martinez up front and Ndombele in the middle. A bit of a weird back five, but it's just weird. Like, they don't even play Ivanov, and they paid 88 million for him. They've got Sensi, who's unhappy. Brozovic as well, who can play in the middle. Politano, Parry didn't even play either. It's just a weird setup. I don't understand it at all. I know they're probably looking for the future now. Well, that's a weird one. But yes, we're going to get straight into the game now. Sorry, I've been talking for about 14, 15 minutes straight. We're going to get straight into the game now. Bologna, we have got... I'll show you the starting 11 that we're going to be playing. A new tactic as well, just to try and make sure that we actually play a stronger side here. So we've got Merritt, Rodriguez, Koulibaly, Manas and Guga, a standard back five that you know from last season. Arthur and Fabian in the middle this time. Lo Celso and Lecoq playing in behind the strikers as more attacking midfielders. And Pinamonti and Jimenez playing up front next to each other. We're going to get straight into it. If we want to change out to a wide play style of play, we can also go to the 4-2-2-2 wide variant, or we've got this narrow variant as well. I prefer the narrow variant because the creativity in the midfield's still there. But first game of the season, passionately, we're going to avenge what happened last season. I'll get the table up because you can't really see much at the bottom there. But here we go, here we are. We're starting off the season pretty strong. Rodriguez with the corner. Can't get it past the first man, but it comes out to Arthur. Rodriguez again. Can he get he's got a good cross on him. Haymanager is there. Pinamonti. And 4 minutes in, we've got our first goal of the season. And it's Pinamonti. Haymanager and Pinamonti linking up straight away. Arthur plays the ball out to Rodriguez. And finds the cross towards Haymanager, who's a bit of a beast. Heads it towards the keeper. I think it comes off the defender, actually, and falls to Pinamonti. And there we go, the celebration, loving it, Pinamonti out there doing the business. And there we are, first goal of the game. This tactic actually is looking pretty good as Rodriguez puts it into Pinamonti at the back post. And he just can't get that on target, hits the bar. Rodriguez has actually been probably one of the best signings I've made for this team. He looks really strong, but he's leaving his spot actually quite open towards the back there. We managed to pick that up though, as now they look to come forward, Bologna, to make a bit of a difference in this game now. But Arthur, can he get the ball off him? He just can't nick it off him. Lecoq though intercepts, and Pinamonti, can he find Haymanager? He can. Haymanager is behind. Can he get the shot on goal? He can. But he can't squeeze it in there. I was like looking around the corner, seeing if he can squeeze it. Can he squeeze it? We're doing pretty well here. I'm going to demand a bit more from the lads because literally that's all I can say to them. They're showing a lot of passion. They're doing pretty well. I just want to see another goal. I want to see a few more goals from the boys. But yeah, the idea was I didn't like playing Lecoq and Lo Celso deeper. Lecoq can play that Metsala role, but I don't want to play that Metsala role really. I quite like having Fabian as an advanced. I think he's playing an advanced playmaker. I can't remember what he's playing. I have to see. But the Metsala role in a 2 with only having like an advanced. I just wanted an advanced playmaker role in there, and you've played well. But there's room for improvement. I'm going to say I'm impressed. I'm just going to say I'm impressed so far because I am. Lo Celso and Lecoq, I wanted to see them playing. They seem pretty good. Like they're well, how can I say it? The partnership between them is very, very solid. But I don't want to play them in the central midfield. I want to play them further forward. I know Lecoq is like favourable at shooting from range now. As Rodriguez with another ball in, and it's another goal. Koulibaly getting his first goal of the season so far. Rodriguez, him coming in and shooting from these set pieces has been somewhat of a really good signing. AC Milan sort of paying the price really for letting him go because he's been absolutely unreal for us with these set pieces, putting these balls in. And that has piled on the pressure for Bologna now, who are probably going to be coming forward, showing some more passion. I want to see us try and just lay into these now, as actually they have a ball coming forward. Merritt picks it up though. Can we counter and get the ball forward? It looks like if we can get the ball forward towards Pinamonti maybe, or Haymanager, can he head it down? He can't. Rica picks it up. We're going to look to play it forward now. We are playing a bit narrower here. Arthur running out of his position, I think it is, or Fabian. Harriet coming forward, and Harriet with a... What a strike! What a strike by Harriet as he buries it into the back of the net. I'm going to make a few changes, I think. But they play it forward out wide here. Come forward down this right-hand side. De Pauli plays it back to Harriet, who takes a touch inside the box, and Merritt just not on his toes. Puts it past Merritt. What a goal. What a goal by them. I'm going to make a few changes now. Ricardo Rodriguez coming off for Lombardo. Get some legs on. Arthur coming off. Chiappini coming on. And as well as that, Lo Celso is going to come off. I'm going to bring on... I'm actually going to bring on Saka because I wanted to retrain Saka in the advanced playmaker role in the middle so he can actually play a bit more. He's a bit awkward there at the moment, but I'm pretty much sure he can play that role and play it pretty well. We're going to drop back to balanced just to make sure we hold the ball, don't do anything stupid. In fact, we have a corner here. Saka with the ball in. And we just can't get it there. Are they going to try and come forward from this, though? That's the question. Del Favero, what's he going to do here? He plays it out wide, but we win the ball back immediately. Lombardo on the ball to Koulibaly. Can he find a pass out? He can. Fabian. We've got the creativity in the midfield. Guga on the ball with a weird ball across. Koulibaly picks it up, though. He's got time. He finds Saka now with the pace of Saka. He finds Pinamonti. Can he beat him at the near post? He can't. He probably should have gone across the keeper there. But it stays at 2-1. Saka with the ball in. Can he do anything with it? No, he can't. Lecoq, he's going to pick that up. He's probably going to end the highlight here. It does. And we're going into the 90th minute now. Another ball in. Saka with the free kick now. Can he get another ball? And it's Pinamonti. It's a beautiful start. Pinamonti with his second already of the season. Saka with the assist from the free kick on this left-hand side with Rodriguez coming off. He just sort of whips it into that a lethal position, really. And then Pinamonti just with a great header. Great header. He's been one of the best. Pinamonti's looking to get himself into that Hall of Fame. I know what he's doing. But there we have it. 3-1 to start the season. I'm very happy with how we've started. I'm very pleased with your performance, lads. Really well played there. And there we have it. To start the season, 3-1's absolutely incredible. And yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'll continue through because I think there's a few other games here. I think they're all at the same time. Yeah, I'll continue through with them. Juventus actually drew their first game against Sassuolo away from home. So that is a big game for them. I don't think they've bolstered their attack much. They've signed Sergio Roberto, which is a good signing for them, in all fairness. Another midfielder to sort of get a backup midfielder in there, but they have got the likes of, I believe they've got Chan, I believe they've got Fekir, they've got Dybala, they've got a few good players in there. But yeah, I'm now going to have to go because my sister's calling me. But yeah, that's going to be where we cut off. Other results elsewhere, Roma with a 4-0 win, Fiorentina with a 2-0 win, AC Milan with a 1-0 win. Not much to sort of report that. Actually, it wasn't Sassuolo. Who was it? My bad. Who was it Juventus drew against? Juventus drew against Sampdoria, not Sassuolo. That's the one. Sorry. Right, so we're going to leave off there. That's all the transfers. That's the start of our campaign. We're doing pretty well so far. I shall come back. Let's have a look at the schedule before I go, sorry. I shall come back with the first Champions League group stage game. I'll bring you that. We have another nasty run in the middle there. AS Roma, Juventus, Champions League group stage game and AC Milan as well. But we shall see how we can get along there. So, hope you did enjoy this video. Leave a like if you did enjoy. Obviously, subscribe if you are new to this content and enjoying it. And I shall catch you in the next episode. Ciao.